The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Yeah. NY born, NY built.
What is up, yo?
Vanilla
Happy
Gorilla,
Sunday,
Big Dog,
another Sunday
Untouchables.
with
Let's
your
go.
favorite
Step in the
hostess
ring like kings
with
of the block.
most.
Gorilla grip, Big Dog, never stop. Iron in the veins, no gimmicks, no props. This is hard work, black top and body slops. Ain't no flash, just fits and fake. We run through ropes like we run through
It
gates.
can't be. This is crazy.
Bond ain't fake. You hear that roar? That's the
And if
Empire
nobody at
shake.
home knows who
We
this
the
guy is, this is the Big Dog. He did get a tip from the Brooklyn Prodigies earlier on that they had travel issues, but not due to them being scared or anything like that. But oh my gosh, the Vanilla Gorilla and the Big Dog and the Untouchables just inserted themselves into this tag team.
elbows harder than a steel trash can. One shot, knock 'em flat on sight. Two beats bred for the spotlight fight. They can talk tough, bark loud all night, but in the ring, we bite and we bite right. We are untouchables, NY bred. 2 fists swinging, leave legends dead. Joey bring the rage, Dave bring the brain. Together we storm like a runaway train. Untouchable, New York style. We don't tap, we make 'em snap.
Sharks will be live from 11 to 12:30.
What is up? What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday, fun day here in New York. We are the Untouchables.
What up?
The Big Dog. This is the Vanilla Gorilla, and we also have the OGs in the house.
Hey, you can't have stogies without OG.
Okay. So what is going on? What is going on, everybody?
I'm just sharing it all out.
Let's start with some. Let's start with some wrestling. Let's start with some Monday Night Raw. I watched the whole thing. So I'm gonna tell you, I think Roman Reigns is winning the title in WrestleMania. Whatever it is, 27, 28, I don't know.
You mean 40 something?
50 something, I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. I have no idea.
We're just waiting on our guest to get here.
Yep, I'm sharing everything out.
Hiram Solomon.
Yes.
Cornerstone. I know y'all can't see it.
Again, I'm gonna do this because I kind of like this. I'm gonna play an updated commercial later, but like kind of let you guys know. You guys already know what this is if you pay attention.
Wow, what could this be? This is very interesting. What? Coming soon? What is
Yep.
that? No way.
I don't even think the end of the summer. I think by the next
Pre-orders. You gotta pre-order your thing.
pre-order your cigars. That'll be coming soon. How we're gonna do that? This way, we can get it all set up. You guys can pre-order your sticks. And then once I cut off the pre-orders is when you guys will get your orders for your cigars. I don't know when we're going to start that.
And it's limited quantity. It's limited quantity. So get your orders in, because once they're gone, they're gone.
So after we do the pre-order, basically how this is going to kind of work is after we do the pre-order, that pre-order price is going to be different from the after pre-order price. So for argument's sake, if it's a 6-pack sampler and it's $100, right? Just for, and I don't know pricing, don't quote my pricing. This is just a general idea. If it's $100 for the 6-pack on pre-order with shipping, it's like you figure $115. Because $15 for shipping, that covers all of our shipping materials, shipping cost, everything. Then after that, the price might go up to 130, and then it'd be 145 with shipping. And then if you want bundles, that price is different than the sampler pack price. If you want a bundle of Robusto Maduros, then, you know, that's different. That price is going to be different than what you're going to pay for a sampler pack. Again, I don't have pricing in front of me. There will be names attached to these cigars. Don't worry. It's not just going to be the Maduro Robusto, the Toro, and the Gordo. There's going to have names to them. I have to sit down and come up with those.
You already did.
But
You already came up with it.
That will be something coming in due time. And then when you order them, you're going to have to email us or DM us your information, name, shipping address, everything, so I can get it inputted into our program so that when our cigars come in, we can send it over to our shipper and he'll ship it all out.
And I don't know, and I may be speaking out of turn, but I would imagine after these cigars come out, we're going to have a cut and light somewhere, correct?
I mean, that's not out of the question. I know I have plans to have some friends over when everything is finalized.
Because we'll be able to go in the backyard at least.
Right. I'm figuring, I mean, we'll still be in the backyard, but have a couple people over one night, and just kind of say, hey, come hang out with us. And then, we sit up in the backyard, and when they go, what are we here for? Let's smoke. Before they smoke, hold on, and just kind of pick a size of a bundle. Like if we're going to do, let's just say that night we're going to do Toros, and we just buy a bundle of the Toro Maduros and the Toro Habanos.
Mm-hmm.
And just, here you go, put them on the table. You guys, you want to smoke them, take a couple, hold on to it, whatever.
Yeah, nice little, like private cut and light, an invite cut and light kind of thing.
Exactly. Nothing crazy. Again, if a shop or somebody wants us to do a cut and light, then that's pricing that we have to work out. Because if they're gonna want cigars there, we have to order that through our people, and then it's got to go to our broker, who's gonna send it to us. Because we have a middleman that's basically handling everything. We're operating through him, and everything will then come to us. But again, it's one of those. If there's somebody that wants us to do something, we can definitely do something. That's not out of the question.
Correct.
There's just some pricing that would have to be discussed, how many bundles you would need, stuff like that.
And we don't do boxes.
No, there's not going to be any boxes. Not yet, at least. Not for quite a while. That's not saying that we don't have, maybe a couple of custom boxes built for just us.
Who could you get to do that? Who could you get to do that?
I don't know.
You don't know anybody? Dave, you know anybody that might be able to come up with that?
I might know someone.
I have 2 or 3 people I can do it.
Might know somebody, and he might be very generous too. So might not cost Turnbuckles anything for that.
I think
I'll reach out. I'll reach out to him, see what he says.
Yeah, let me know what he says.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
I'm thinking we could do I'm thinking if that's going to be a cut and light kind of deal, then that's different, and maybe have something like that for a cut and light, just to kind of have a display.
Yeah.
But most of the time, cut and lights are really just
laid back.
They're just mostly you put the bundles on the table kind of deal, and hey, here's.
Let's get that straight, buddy.
What?
Cut and lights, you don't put the bundles on the table because all of a sudden somebody might combine and might disappear.
No, that's if you're not. No, that's if you're not paying attention at your cut and light. That's if you're not paying attention.
I don't think anybody's going to mess with Joey V. I'll tell you that. Nobody's messing with Vanilla Gorilla.
We were at a cut and light over the summer. And there was none of that.
Well, that's because they were there. They weren't watching a baseball game or a football game.
We were at one at Hackensack Brewery, as a matter of fact.
You know.
But that means once they're out, the name is out there.
Yeah, we gotta tell Matt.
He already knows.
What he said.
He's waiting for it. I already told him that we're doing it.
You gotta pay up. Everybody's gotta pay, including us. We gotta pay the full price too.
Well, depending.
Listen, and that's another thing. These prices are going to be very reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Very
if
reasonable.
you think about it, you're paying for a limited edition cigar. You're not paying for a full. You're not
Correct.
paying for a run. So if you see
Correct.
a price, if there's 6 cigars, and again, don't quote my pricing, and you see $20 a stick, just remember you're paying for a small batch run of a limited edition cigar.
Small batch.
Correct.
Now, granted, the pre-order pricing, like I said, is going to be completely different from what after pre-order pricing is. And I don't know how long we're going to sell them for after that. I don't know. It's going to be kind of just a let's see what happens. If it sells, then maybe we keep selling it up until we get that second drop, and then that one kind of goes away a little bit. I mean, it's all going to depend.
And I can't say it enough. Get your name in the hat early because this is a limited run. And when they're gone,
And there's
gone.
a couple of factories that, have name value to them that we can potentially be working with, that this person has connections with. He's got connections with Davidoff. He's got connections with AJ. He's got connections with the Picardo factory, which is, they've done stuff with Crown Heads. They make their own blends. I believe there's a couple other big brands that we know of that they've done stuff for. So it's not like we're working with little factories, which, again, I don't mind working with the little factories. I have nothing against the little factories. If they approach us to do something, hey, listen, let's get it done. But these factories that, he works with carry some weight as far as AJ, Picardo, even Davidoff maybe down the line. And again, we're not the biggest fans of a lot of the Davidoff stuff, but if
they do have a few good sticks.
If the blend is right and we can make the sale to our clients or customers, whatever you want to call them, then yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's just their pricing is a little high. But it's going to be a limited run. I believe what we're looking at is Habano and Maduros is what we're, not so much a Connecticut. Maybe we'll do like a 6 or a 7 pack and maybe put a Connecticut that you can only get in the package. You can't get bundles. Again, we're still kind of toying with the idea of how many we're going to put. But I'm thinking if we're going to do it, it's going to be minimum probably a 6-pack, 3 Maduro, 3 Habano, 3 different sizes, probably a Toro, a Robusto, and a Gordo. If not a Gordo, maybe a Churchill. And then same thing with the Maduro. It's just going to depend on what we decide on.
And like you said, with the middleman, these are going to be quality cigars. It's
right,
not,
he's dealing with big factories that we all know.
Correct.
And the fact that they're doing that and, they're willing to work with us. The fact they're willing to work with us, we're very grateful for. Again, this opportunity kind of looked us in the face and we couldn't say no to it because that was something we've been wanting to do. And the way this works out for us is there's not so much being put up front.
Correct.
So, it's up to you guys how much sells.
On that note, we're going to take a couple minutes break.
And then we'll be back with our guests.
It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. People walking down the street, the kind of people that you hate to meet. If we had loving, we wouldn't have war. We wouldn't have killings in our street anymore. We need love and understanding. 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 It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All these people are so damn cruel. If we had loving, we wouldn't have war. We wouldn't have killings in our street anymore. We need love and understanding. 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 Where do we go? What do we do? Where do we go? Now I'm telling you, yeah. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. I said now it ain't fair. I met a man walking down the street, the kind of man that I hate to meet. If he had money, then he wouldn't be poor. He wouldn't be stealing in our streets anymore. We need love and understanding. 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 Where do we go? What do we do? Where do we go? Now I'm telling you, yeah, we need more love and understanding.
Yeah, what is up? What is up? We are here at Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod. Check us out on all streaming networks. You have the big dog, the vanilla gorilla, the OG, and now we have our guest of the week.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Mr. Hiram Solomon himself and his wife. How are you guys? I can't pronounce your last name, so don't make fun of me. I will say, Rami and Faoud, how are you? Welcome and thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Listen, this is the last cigar I'm smoking. I ain't got no more. My bags are all empty.
Why are they? Oh, it didn't unmute them. That's weird.
Wait.
You gotta unmute.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Here it is.
Good morning.
I guess you like the cigar since we
Yes.
smoked all of
Listen,
it.
we were
And
in Brick
Mhm.
probably when you had the lounge in
Mhm.
Brick. And
What was it? The Legends, I believe it was.
yeah, Cigar Legend. Yeah.
Yes.
Legend
were
Cigar.
there.
Legend Cigars.
Yes.
Yes, we were there, and let me tell you, bro. I told my son, I said, "Yo, you need to try these." He goes, "No, no." I said, "Bro, these are."
It was something
cigars."
It was something at the time we'd always seen but couldn't get a hold of.
Okay.
And then when we went there, I think we stocked up a lot.
Good.
With the house
you guys,
blend.
you guys live in New Jersey?
I'm in New York.
Okay.
Okay.
We're like 3 hours from Brick and Seaside. We're not that far.
Okay. Very beautiful. And good morning, and
Good morning.
to you guys.
And happy Palm Sunday if anybody celebrates.
Morning.
Happy Palm Sunday, everybody.
Thank
I forgot about that. Good call, Paulie. Good call.
This is good.
So, guys, I gotta ask because everybody's asked me about your cigars. Even my third co-host, he asked how did you find them? I said, bro, I've known them since they started. I've met them. I think I met you twice or once.
Yeah, sure did.
And I told my son, he goes, no. I said, Joe, I met him. He goes, no, I said, Joe, we met him. He goes, I don't remember. I said, I was the one that was probably drunk, not you. But anyway, so I said to them, he does it for Masons. He goes, what do you mean he does it for Masons? I said, if you buy a box or you buy a bag, what does it say on it? It says, to be one, ask one. Nobody knows what that means. My son doesn't know.
Well, no, I didn't know that that's what that meant. I didn't know that.
I didn't know how to read it to start with, probably. Right?
Yes, I know because I'm a first degree. I haven't done my second or third yet. I'm working on that.
Okay.
But, so, let me ask you this. How long, because we have the book, it says 10 years. Is it 10 years or is it longer that you have been doing this?
This is our 11th year now. This booklet is from 2025. 2025 was our 10th anniversary. And now this is our 11th year. Now, a couple of years prior to that, we were working, but the launch was in January 2015.
That's
Right. Because we went down to the lounge in
That would have been
2017.
16 or 17 when we went down there.
Yes.
Because it wasn't long after I had started smoking.
Yes.
But I had heard about them, I think, through a lot of the other guys that we smoked with.
So let me ask you this other question, and either one of you can answer. So what made you get into doing it for the Masons group? And I say the Masons group, and for y'all that don't know what Masons are, look it up. I'm not going to say it explain. But tell us what made you get into doing it for the Masons.
Originally, it was nothing but just an idea to raise money for a scholarship. And that's how it started as a Masonic cigar
for the local
lodge, for the local brothers, and nothing else. It's not our business, original business. We're not into the tobacco. We're both cigar smokers. But that's how the idea started, to raise money for scholarship, and continued growing from there on. And with the support of the brothers and stuff, it became an immediate sensational, worldwide sensation, as I'm going to call it. And we took on that mission, and we grow it, and it became a cigar that, even though it has a Masonic symbols on it, Masonic theme on it, names and everything, and every cigar was chosen specifically for that reason. It became a brand that everybody was looking for, because at the end it's a great cigar.
Yes, they are.
Whether it carries this band or another band, it's the blend that we're talking about, the kind of tobacco. And we're very proud that we were able not just to tap the Masons, but every smokers that appreciate a great smoke.
Well, in reality, it did start with an idea to raise some funds for a scholarship for the local lodge, etc. But then that said, the idea could have been easier just to go to any factory, just tell them, put a band on whatever you have, let's sell it, raise the money. So I think in the subconsciousness of Fuad, there was something like growing there, sprouting, I would say, that we're not going to do that, right? Let's do with the three initial blend. It took forever. He cut by hand all the logos, everything possible to create the band. It could have been just a band, like for the local lodge, the name of the lodge, the scholarship name, the year of the year of that promotion, and boom, gone. So deep inside, I don't believe him 100% that it started that innocently. Because now
He doesn't believe in anything, not just this.
10 years into it, I am now believing that more than ever, that seed was there to become what we are today. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy, passion, disappointments, victories. Everything is in just like one stick in your hand. Like I said, it could have started with like one band, finished. That he created the three blend back and forth to Dominican Republic to create it, to come back and smoke it, and then that's exactly when the moment was like, all right, we're not doing this just for a small charity. We're gonna go further.
So, Remy, how did you guys come up with the name Hiram and Solomon?
Again, it's
you know better than me.
Again, the theme was Masonically themed. He made a lot of researches, and Hiram is the architect who built the Temple of Solomon, and then killed Solomon, and it's a very Masonic.
Solomon is King Solomon from the Old Testament, and
Yes.
and Hiram, it's the architect who built the Temple of Solomon, and the second Hiram. There's actually two Hiram in the Masonic legends, which is they existed theoretically, and it was the king of Tyre, the city of Tyre, which existed during Solomon's time, which he sends all the cedar woods from the mountains of Lebanon and all the architect and the artificers to build that temple. And Masons takes them as being our first three grandmasters that we call them. Whether this existed really or not, that's not the story. It's a story built upon loyalty, trust. There's a legend behind how the King Solomon's temple was built. So it is somebody that we look up for as far as supporting each other, trust, and commitment to a cause or to a brother or to a person. So it's part of the Masonic legends, which actually, if you go through the degrees, you will see it on the third degree, the Master Mason degree. So that's where the name came from, Hiram and Solomon.
Okay.
So now you said you guys started with the three blends, which were, I'm gonna assume by looking at the book, was the Entered Apprentice, the Fellow Craft, and the Master Mason were the original three blends.
Yes, perfectly said. Those are the first 3 degree of the Masons to become a fully pledged Masons. So the idea was to tap into this 3. And the Enter Apprentice, the first degree, is the mild cigar. The Fellow Craft is the medium cigar, is the second degree, and the Master Mason is the third degree, is the full body cigar. And those are the original core line that we started with.
Yes, I remember those because me and Joey had bought some down in the Legends, and for some odd reason.
No, that was I know what you're talking about. That was the house blend ones, the house blended cigars that we had bought.
Was it?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Well, we had bought some from there, and they were all cracking, and I had sent the message, I guess, to you. And next thing I know, we get like 3 5-packs, and I'm like,
and I will say we smoked them. I mean, they got there, let's just say on a Monday. I would say by Friday, because it was summertime, they were gone.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Oh no, listen, when even like when these showed up, I'm like, okay, we each have 2 of these, and the day they got here, I think I came home from work and we had just started lighting them up because, you know, you guys were a brand that we enjoy, we love. It's just depending on where you go, it's hard to find because not everybody carries everything.
Right.
You know,
True.
so when they showed up, I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, I haven't had this one. I haven't had this one. I haven't had this one. So let's smoke these first. And then we'll save this one and this one and this one for the show. And then it never worked out that way.
Yeah.
We wound up saving the Cornerstone, which is what we're
Right.
smoking now.
Yes, that was designed for the Grand Lodge of Arkansas, and every one of these cigars has a charity tied to it. Every cigar sold, part of the proceeds goes to charity of that specific Grand Lodge, or in general, mostly Shriner Hospital, dyslexic centers, and stuff like that.
All right. So we also had.
I actually got the Shriner from. We went to an event in Pennsylvania for Smoker Zone. They did a big like Black Friday warehouse thing.
Yeah.
And that's where I had smoked the Shriner. I'd gotten a few of them.
It's amazing.
I probably saw you there because you're very familiar.
Yeah.
You probably did.
That's what because of the minute I saw you, I said I know him.
Yeah,
And now
that's
you're
probably
saying that
where it
I
was.
was at that event.
That's probably I walked in and the Shriner was there, and I think what caught my eye was the box.
Yes.
I think I told you that when we first went in. I was like, "That's a cool box."
The fez. You're talking about the fez. The hat.
Yes.
The humidor.
Yeah.
I was like, "That's awesome," and then that's how, I think that's what made me buy it, and then I think I bought the 60 ring that day because that's when I only used to smoke big ring gauge cigars.
Okay.
Now, thankfully, I don't do that.
Impressed from that.
I don't do that too often anymore. I don't smoke big rings.
What do you
But
guys
it has its own also.
It's on time.
It's time. Yeah. I mean, there are some blends that I really appreciate in a maybe like more airy gauges that will give. Some time.
I'm the same way. Depending on what it is, like I have one cigar that I go to the one of the Oktoberfest. It's a 6x65. For some reason, that blend I enjoy the bigger ring gauge. I don't know why. But now I don't smoke a lot of them. I do Toros, Robustos. I might do a Churchill, but like it's nice to be able to once in a while go back to a big ring gauge and be able to enjoy it because you're not smoking it as often.
Yeah, there are a few blends that really require. He used to disagree with me in the beginning. He was an aficionado of Toros and Lanceros. I do love Lancero as well. So the other
Lanceros are good.
Yeah, he's smoking a Lancero here.
Right now.
He's smoking the Traveling Man, which is in Indonesian Sumatra. You can smoke this in any gauge, any size.
But you're true. I mean, with all our lines, I mean, we have an extensive line right now. Like the Veiled Prophet, I prefer it on the 60 gauge.
Me too. Yeah.
That Veiled Prophet was very good.
Yes.
In the Toro, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's a 56. Yeah.
That's a 56.
I gotta tell you, I had to stop smoking for a couple of weeks because I had caught a minor stroke. And when we got the package, I was like, wow, that's cool. I said, that's cool that they sent us this. So tell us what you did before you got into cigars.
Worked.
We are in the retail business, and we're still in the retail business. So we run both at the same time. We're in a convenience store and a gas station. That's our original line of business.
I was a financial consultant, but then we met through cigar because of our love of cigars. That's how we met, actually. Cigar was our.
She was in London.
I was in London.
I'm in New Jersey. Jersey boy.
The Jersey boy was actually nobody says Jersey in Jersey, but it's just people think.
Everybody else says.
I'm more Jerseyan now than ever. He's still alive. Look at him. Sorry, we're just sitting for the first day outside in the gazebo, and then you see like people are getting dehibernated. All of a sudden, they're waiting.
Are you in Jersey now, or where are you?
Yeah, we're in New Jersey. It's gloriously sunny, but it's cold.
Well, that's like here when we had just moved into the house right before, we had you guys on. We moved in November, and it was finally nice last week when the cigars showed up. I was coming home from work. I'm like, I'm going outside. I don't care if it's cold. It's
We
sunny. I
wanted to
can
sit
tolerate it.
outside.
I'm going to sit outside in the backyard. I'm like, just leave me alone.
Yeah. And now I'm realizing we're sitting in this gazebo, and then every second I do this, there is like a horn. What do you call it? The hornet, the killer
Yeah.
hornet, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they're all waking up today.
And I'm allergic to bees, and just standing there looking
Dennis
at me.
is sitting outside in his tent. So
I'm in upstate New York, so it's colder here. But I'm outside. I got my little smoke tent. I got my little heater out here. So I'm comfortable. So
Yeah.
Who do we have there on the other side?
We have a lot of crowds in AI down there, but can we have like a little idea of who's with us?
With the
yeah,
No, he's from New York.
Dennis, what do you got to ask him?
what's that? I can barely hear you, Dave.
What do you have to ask him?
Yeah. Microphone.
I've been enjoying listening to this. You guys are very, you went into this very detailed and very thorough, thoughtful. I love everything about your brand. I personally have not smoked it yet, but I'm hearing wonderful things from both Dave and Joey. That is just an amazing. You guys put out an amazing product, so I'm looking forward to get my hands on some of them. I'm enjoying your story about the background. That's fascinating. Love it, and I love that you guys are contributing back to charities and to society through the charities. That's just amazing to me when companies can do that. So
thank you so much.
No, thank you for everything that you guys are doing for everybody really.
One of our actually project that we did it for Cigar for Warriors. I don't know if you're familiar with the group. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we did the cigar that we pledged 100% of the proceed to them actually, and the cigar was called Live to Serve, and it did great. And we were the first company that they teamed up with to do such a project. And after we did it, I would say we proudly say that the rest of the companies followed suit, and more people came along. But we were the first company about 4 years ago. I believe almost 5 years ago that came up with the idea. It was contagious, which I'm very happy that happened. And since then, many companies from Drew State to other companies came and said, "Let's do the same project."
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. As a veteran, I can speak for my brother and sisters currently serving and who have served. That's amazing. Thank you. Cigar for Warriors just brings a little piece of home to our troops overseas, and it's a fantastic program. And that you guys contribute, and one of the first people to contribute. That's amazing.
With everything happening nowadays, well, let's not talk about that now. We go. Anyway,
No.
Yeah, exactly. We have a big honor and big pride into doing that cigar, and hopefully we will re-collaborate. Of course, that's like one of our priority thing. The blend was an amazing blend. It was again completely a new blend. There was nothing like let's put a band on something ready to take from the supermarket or factories. No, it was with all the thought of it, like who's gonna smoke it overseas, back the young boys there alone, feeling homesick, and needed for a good smoke, and it was really something that made a big success. Actually, really. So yes, we're doing all that now. It's funny that you're smoking. One of the guys was smoking the Cornerstone, and it's a very weird phenomenon that every time we have a special limited edition, all of a sudden it becomes like the only cigar that everybody wants to acquire.
Well,
it's
Rami,
weird.
It's funny because I was smoking and I'm like, damn, I gotta save one. And this was the one that was just sitting there, and I'm like, Joe, I need a cigar. So he seen what I had, and I said, "What are you smoking?" He goes, "You think I'm jipping you because all this?" I said, "No, I'm not. You're not jipping me. I want to know what other cigar you have." He goes, "The Cornerstone." I said, "Why?" I said, "Why don't you smoke something else?" He goes, "Because this is what I have left."
It's funny also that a lot of people we meet, they would tell us, "Oh, I loved your cigar. the one in the blue band. So we have like maybe 4 of them are blue bands, but I'm not making fun of it. But the funny thing is they will remember the difficult name of the limited edition, but they will not remember the core line that everywhere it's been there 10 years now. But like nobody will say the Grand Architect or the Enter Apprentice or the Fellow Craft or the Master Mason, which have been in the market. Like the Grand Architect
Right.
5 years, the other one 10 years. It's the blue label, it's the blue band, all right? For the limited one, as difficult as the name could be, I never heard someone telling me, you know that yellow one, they would say the Chaba, they know the name. They know like each one in the limited edition, but nothing in the core line. It's a phenomenon. I'm intrigued, and every time we go like, see, we shouldn't have done this into a limited edition. Maybe it was supposed to be a core line also, and we opted in many of them with, of course, with the permission of the fund or the the charity that we rolled for. We said to them, guys, obviously this is working so well. Like one of them is a treaty. It's supposedly to come back soon in a couple of years. It's a sensational success, not just a regular success. People go like heart and soul. They don't know Hiram and Soul, but they know the heart and soul. Funny, right?
So, oh man, I'll tell you, man, I can't even amount to this cigar right now. I love it. It's, and I guess maybe because I'm a Mason and it's just something I enjoy. And I haven't been into a club or nothing, a Mason club or anything because of the move and all this other stuff. And it's just amazing when I tell people that I know you guys, they're like, how do we get them? I said, you got to go online. Well, call them up. I said, why should I call them up? Well, come to the club. Well, bro, it costs money for people to come out. I can't just tell them, hey, come over to the club and hang out with us. The man's busy. He has businesses.
No, we do that so often because we respect our smokers, because without them we wouldn't be here. That's true. The Masons do smoke, but not all Masons smoke. Let's put that also in perspective. So if you have a lodge that has I don't know 200 member, probably 30 of them will be only smokers. The others will be just supporting us by buying a gift here and there. But the majority of our smokers I would say like maybe 80% of our market value is non-Masons. And that's even giving us a bigger head, because now we're talking about real connoisseurs that are looking forward to smoke something new that is a very good cigar, I would say. One of the best compliments I've ever got was one day, one person told me, maybe we like it, maybe we don't like it, but one thing is sure: when we smoke in a Hiram and Solomon cigar, there's that moment of, I think this is a Hiram and Solomon cigar. When you close your eyes and go, I think this is a Hiram and Solomon cigar. And that's a big compliment because you are distinctively different and you want to do that.
Yeah, we do incorporate a lot of different tobacco, including not so much used Paraguayan, Brazilian,
Paraguayan.
We use Pennsylvania broadleaf.
Like this one I'm smoking, it's one of those clashes that a regular blender will kind of be reluctant, or if you tell someone about the blend, he was like, why do you want to use this with that? So it's a Habano Claro, and there is some Pennsylvania broadleaf in it. These are like, it's like we're talking.
When she was sitting with the master blender at the factory, and he was introducing different blends, and we're going back and forth, she asked him specifically to blend this cigar with this specific tobacco in it. And the master blender, who's been there for 40 years, probably all his life, and one of the greatest there, he said, I don't think these tobacco work together well. They're going to clash. She said, just go do it. And if it clashes, it clashes. He went and came back with 2 cigars. He gave her one, and he lit his cigar. And the minute he took the first 2 puffs, he looks at her. He goes like, oh my God.
Indeed.
It is a great blend. We're going to continue doing it. And since then, nobody talks to me. They talk to her now.
So now, is that your blend, Remy? Is that your blend, or is that a blend that you're selling?
No, it's my blend. I created it from really zero. Again, like he said, it was not a challenge, but it was like give and take. No, no, you can't do this. You can't do. I feel like I feel it. I know it's gonna work because I've been smoking cigars for enough years now, like really a really long time, or more than 27 years now, and you know the palate knows something, and I smoked non-Cuban only like 5 years ago. So really, my palate was ready to to discover new aromas and new notes. And when this was blended in 2022, and it was a hit. It is a hit actually because the Shriner was the biggest hit, I would say, and then right after that, every cigar has its own fan club. I would say each and every one of our blends they do have. You know, of course, the Master Mason is the big hit. It's the star of the diva of our collection, but it has its own time to smoke. Right, but this is like everyday smoke. The Traveling Man is an everyday smoke, and this one went viral. Like people wanted it in Europe. It's a big hit. Our distributors in Europe, in different parts of Europe, you know, you need to have a distribution there, and they always start with, "Oh, let's say $100 of this. Next order will not be 100. The next order will be 300." So you see, because the demand is immediately there, you can see it because it's a distributor. It's not just a store selling it. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. And of course, honestly, I'm very proud of it. And not big-headed, definitely. It humbles me because now the challenge is when I do another one, and you just had a big hit, the hit has to be as good as the previous one. Otherwise people will be so disappointed. She goes like, oh, she missed it this time. And I don't like to hear that. I don't like to hear that.
So what would you say, like over you said 11 years you've been in business now for,
Mhm.
the cigar industry. What would you say one of your biggest obstacles were, and how did you overcome that? Like what attitude, what way did you tackle those obstacles?
The obstacle, I mean, obstacle started from, I would say, day one and continues on every time, every season, every year. There is a different obstacle. But our largest obstacle is actually uh, conforming to the demands that we're having,
The growth.
the sudden growth that we experienced, and we were not ready for it in any way or shape. Uh, and I take that as a from different legend in the cigar industry, that they came and they said, you've done in 7 years what it took us 20 years to do. And I take that again as a big challenge. So it was more to have enough inventory to do it, enough boxes. And during COVID was the biggest challenge to have enough product coming in, and especially with the boxes and bands.
And the sales spike.
And yeah, and the sales that tripled and stuff. So that's the biggest challenge.
Mhm.
But what's worse than I mean, what's bigger obstacle than that? It's we reached number one boutique cigar multiple times. The toughest thing to do is to stay there,
Mhm.
not
Hmm.
go back. As she said, like we did great with this blend. Now what's next? You cannot fail by bringing a mediocre blend after that. The challenge
Right.
is bigger. The expectation is bigger. So it's a tackle of every day. It's a challenge every day. And I think we're up to it.
And we
And
don't want to fall in the commercial part of let's do whatever and sell. And we started this, we were way in our 50s. So you don't want to do it as like let's do a startup, sell the brand and finish with it. No, we just want to be there and meet
Hmm.
all our like friends, I would say, because it just suddenly became like a big circle of friends from all over the world, expecting the cigars, trying the cigars, supporting us in different events. And we see people driving 3 hours sometimes, not just to meet us, just because they wanted to share with us that moment, that smoke that they had and they enjoyed. And why would they? I mean, really, it's quite challenging in that term. Again, growing too fast, we grew up way faster. It's like a premature baby. I always repeat this story, like it's a premature baby. that you wouldn't even believe that that baby will survive. And then eventually that baby started crawling and walking by the age of 8 months, talking by the age of 10 months. And then you go like, wait a minute, this is not what I was expecting. I was barely thinking that that baby will survive, you know. We believe in
Hmm.
our baby, but you know, you've supported that baby, but that was fast and furious. I would say, like
Hmm.
really fast and
So,
furious. That baby graduated before high school, before I mean, it was in college. It was very
so
fast.
it's trusting the process, trusting, believing in yourself, trusting the process,
Mhm.
and not getting down when you hit those obstacles and overcoming those.
No,
You guys are amazing. This is one of my favorite interviews. You guys just the history you have shared with us and the principle behind the cigars and your philosophy. You guys are very inspirational, and I'm not
no,
just saying that. I mean it.
I appreciate that.
appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
These words are so nice to hear. This is the best reward we get from when people from their heart
Words like this
they
make us tackle
go
the
further.
next obstacle
Indeed.
with a bigger power and stuff. So we really appreciate these words of
All
encouragement.
right, guys. On that note, we got to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with Remy and Faoud.
Love what you got, why you got it good. Always just a little misunderstood, but I never tried to change you, even when you're drunk all day. Every time you break, oh, it breaks my heart. Watching you drown yourself and fall apart. You're killing yourself, and it's killing me to have to say. Though it hurts so much, 'cause I love you. You were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you would miss me. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. I've heard it only hurts 'cause you love so deep. Letting you go after all the cheap shots you take of me and Jameson. Your daddy don't help, no, he feeds you lies. And you're wondering why you can't sleep at night in the bed I made. Oh, I thought you were the one, 'cause you were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you would miss me. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. Oh, it hurts so much 'cause I love you. And you were my best friend. You were my muse. A story with a good end. My rhythm and blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you You and I would be never ending. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. Not stronger than whiskey.
Yo, what is up? What is up? This is Turnbuckles and Stogies. I am the big dog. This is the Vanilla Gorilla, the OG. And we have Rami and Faoud on here from Hiram Solomon Cigars. So, guys, I got to ask you this, Faoud. Is Legends Lounge still open?
No, not as a full time. That was running it, but it was run by my ex-partner, who's no longer with Hiram and Solomon since COVID, and I don't think it's still open.
Okay, that was my question to Joey and to you guys. So let me ask you about the cigar that we're smoking. Can you tell us about it?
The cornerstone, it was done for the Grand Master of Arkansas and for his own charity, and blending and ice. Yeah, and the name came as a cornerstone because this Grand Master is also right now what we call it as a Grand Secretary of the Grand Lodge, and the secretary in any place, it's technically the cornerstone of that organization. Without the secretary, you cannot run it, no matter who's the head. So he wanted to call it the cornerstone. He wanted uh, to name it for his charity, which include multiple, I think, dyslexic centers and stuff. The wrapper is in Indonesian Sumatra with the Dominican binder, and the filler, it's Brazilian Arapiraca, perhaps Nicaraguan and Dominican Seco and Lejero. So
Okay.
it's I would say it's a medium blend.
It's a very good blend for sure. When I smoked it, because I'd looked at it in the book, and then I was like, you know what, let me try this because I haven't had this one yet. And when I smoked this was delicious when I smoked it the first time.
Right.
It's
We
even better the
we
second time.
introduced it about 2 years ago. We were only able to do a couple of hundred boxes because the box factory got burned down in the Dominican Republic, and we just got it back right now. And that's why I sent you a couple. I was able to send you a couple of these cigars to smoke.
Well,
They are very good, and we thank you for sharing.
I wish you sent me at the same time, OJ, the
Well,
address. I would send him some cigars to taste and talk about it during the show. But
It's not too late.
So he actually had just came back last week.
okay.
He was a part of the show. He had left. He had some stuff he had to do and deal with, and then he wanted to come back. So he hadn't come back until last week. So originally, it was only supposed to be us.
Okay. Welcome back, OJ.
And then he was like, I want to come back. I'm like, okay, well, I was like, we only had cigars for us because we didn't know he was coming back. I said, but
It's fine. It's no. I didn't expect anything.
I was like, you'll enjoy, learning about this brand. I said, because we've smoked it quite a bit.
turn that a little bit.
But if you, I will send you a couple of samples just to try, just to be here. Your time is very important to you and to us also. We appreciate you putting the time to be here talking to us also. So I can send it to them, or you can send me his address. I can send it directly to him.
Oh, just get it to the guys. I only live about an hour and a half north of them, so I can get down there and.
Awesome.
All right.
We can have a smoke together in that case, even better.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
that'd be wonderful.
Listen, we always have everybody back on. We've had everybody from BAMF to last week we had
United Cigars on a few weeks ago. We've had
Crown Heads.
We've had quite a few boutique cigars on.
I mean, we've had everybody.
We kind of specialize, as we say, in the boutique world, because when COVID had happened, like you guys were talking about, we were able to meet a lot of the boutique brand owners through doing Instagram and Instagram Live and becoming friends with them. So when we started this podcast, those were the first people we went to because we talked to them all the time.
Right.
And, from there on, we've kind of specialized in the boutique world. While yes, we have our wrestlers on and our bigger brands, we do focus quite a bit on
Boutiques.
the boutiques.
Remember, people are creatures of habits, and once they get used to something, they don't want to change it. And programs and shows like yours introduce people to the smaller brand. Smaller brand doesn't mean lesser quality. Probably
Right.
it's actually better quality. I would say majority of the boutique brands in the market have great blends. I'm not discontinuing the big brands. Definitely, they're there for a reason because they
They
made
all
it.
started
They
boutique.
all started the boutique small. They all started small, and they are where they are because of their
Hard work.
hard work,
Okay.
quality, and the consistency that they put into their work. And for that, I definitely have all the respect for all of them, from the smallest boutique to the biggest brand in the market. I I personally, a lot of people ask me, "Do you smoke only Hiram and Solomon?" Definitely not. I smoke everything in the market. First, because there are great blends there that I don't want to miss on, and secondly, for us as a company to know what's in the market and what's our next challenge, and what new stuff that we need to bring
And to
in.
keep the
I'm
palate
so
also.
glad. I'm so glad you mentioned that because that is one of the things that we've learned over the years of doing this, and not a lot of people understand that in order to be good at what you're doing for your brand and your blends and your cigars, you have to know what's already out in the market and what's selling to be able to, maybe do something like that for your brand to get that market as well.
Correct.
Mhm.
And
It's
I
Absolutely.
like
think
visiting
that's a
museum
lost
and
art
discovering
sometimes.
different artists. It's an art at the end. You just, no matter how much you love your blend, your palate is ready also to discover more things. So you go visit different museums, and this is as artistic as the biggest art
Work.
products or work available in big museums or galleries. You still want to sometimes just touch it, even if you cannot buy it or you don't want to buy it. But
But
you
surely,
just
if you
try.
don't respect your competitor, you will not succeed.
Exactly.
That's what I believe in, and we only succeed by respecting our competitors.
Absolutely, yeah.
So now let me ask you the price on your cigars.
Mhm.
What's the prices?
I
Depends on
mean,
the
it depends
states
on
and
this. I mean, if I'm not doing state taxes, so our blends range anything from $13 to 22 $23. The only
exception.
exception to the rule is the 10th anniversary, which is it's a hybrid blend, hybrid wrapper, and that cigar will be without any state tax will be around the low $30.
Okay, that's
But
understandable.
again, that's like you said, it's an anniversary, it's a
It's
limited
a
edition,
special
however
edition.
Yeah.
long it's out for. So
No, just even the wrapper of that,
Tobacco is
it's a hybrid blend, and
right.
uh, unlike other wrappers, it's a very delicate wrapper, and
difficult to roll,
difficult to roll.
difficult to
We needed
manage.
to remove all the veins from it, so from every 10 wrapper, probably we can only do two of them because they will break. That's what brought the prices up, and plus it's a hybrid that it was just introduced to the market a couple of years ago, and not many brands ventured into it yet. We did last year, but again, due to some problems at the factory, at the box factory, we did not have it ready
Until this year.
until this year. So this PCA, we will have it ready for the retailers to. So I would have sent you some stuff, but I don't have it on hand yet. But
Hopefully soon. And it's almost like
So, so let me ask you this for two very experienced and knowledgeable people. Turnbuckles and Stogies is coming out with our own cigar. Do you have any advice in regards to, our journey in getting a brand out there? Any advice for us?
Yeah. Know your market. Know where
Audience.
your audience.
Yes.
Know your blends. And what we learned is not everybody's telling you we're going to support you when you get it. They will be there supporting you. So you got to be ready for that. So that's
I
it.
would, I
But
would,
know your market first.
right. I would say the most challenging thing will be like most new starters will always think, and they say it, and that bothers me a lot. They go like, I didn't find the perfect, let's name it, Connecticut. So I decided to create my own Connecticut.
The
That's an
story,
insult.
the story behind
It's
that
an
brand.
insult for for at least 50, 60 brands out there with great Connecticut. I don't even smoke Connecticut. I don't know why I chose that blend. But anyway, so these people, 50, 60 brands out there doing their best to give you the most beautiful Connecticut, and you come as an individual, decide that none of them was good for you. You just wanted to create something new. Same as like you always have to think when you're blending a cigar, you're not blending it for yourself. You're
Right.
gonna, if you want to sell it, you're gonna think of the other people, of other people's palate also. Yeah, thank you. I
Right.
like that. Dave. I like it. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's true though.
Yes.
It,
You know what, Remy? I say this all the time to everybody. It's
right.
not what you want, it's for the consumer. And they're
Yep,
like, yeah,
that's
but I
nice.
want
Yeah,
it for me. Then blend your own and keep it to yourself. But then the ones that you want to put out there, you got to put out there for the consumer. Am I correct?
Okay.
yeah, that's what I said. Know your consumers. You
I
gotta know
would
your
say
consumers.
if you're a great cook, I'm a great cook, and I know that. But if you like very spicy food, you can do the same exact great food and ruin it to your taste. Like, let's say my husband doesn't like it that spicy. Let's say that amazing food must be maybe hideous because he doesn't like it that spicy, that like, like very,
Right.
very sharp. But it's the same food. You think, oh my God, I love this. Is my that's my creation. So think of it as the same way. Like you want to create something that is universal to many palates. Many palates.
Right.
There will be some 10% of people who will be very strict with their palate. They will go like, I only smoke this and this and this blended with this.
Exactly.
Some people even want to know the binder. I still disagree with a lot of people when they want to know the binder, the filler, and that's why I respect a lot the Padron blend. They don't even divulge any of their blend, just smoke. They have great
Right.
cigars.
Right. Right.
I really appreciate that. I look forward to become as big as they are in just terms of we have a new cigar. The name of cigar is XYZ. Just smoke it because
Yeah.
they know what they have. Those people are. Why do you need to know what's the blend when you know you're putting your hand on a Padron and you
I've
know
learned a lot
100%
of the
it's great?
times when they want to know the whole blend, and
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a knock on anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of times when they want to know the whole blend, they don't actually know what that means. They don't actually know what the blend is. They'll never know the difference. It's people who just say they want to know the blend so that they can smoke it. And when somebody says, "What are you smoking?" they can give them the entire rundown.
As much as it resembles wine or bourbon, like you want to know what grapes, what
Right.
year, what terroir was used in it. You just, if you know your region, let's say you like, just stop asking about tiny details because it will influence you. It will eventually, like, I don't read notes when I smoke a new
Right.
cigar. I just want to go that moment of it.
That's what I do. I
Discovery,
smoke them just to smoke them.
yeah, my latest
Totally
discovery
enjoy it.
out of, I would say, Plasencia cigars. They created the Alma Cielo. I didn't know what was in it. I just smoked it, and I look at my husband. I go like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" Like
I look
that.
at Joey at that too, and I do the same thing. I'm like, yo, this is an awesome
Just don't
cigar.
read. Yeah. LFD, they have great cigars, but for me, the Andalusian Bull, I don't even know. I don't want to know what's in there. I just look forward that day when I go into any cigar lounge and I go to the humidor. He picks my cigar. Most of the day, I go like, just surprise me. And that some days I go like, I want a Padron, 1926. Today is my LFD Andalusian Bull. I know what I want. I don't care what's in there. So I would invite people to do that, and I would invite people who want to start with a new cigar business to think of those big brands who are at some point catering for every palate.
The
Surprising
story
every palate.
behind the brand, and the cigar also resonate with the consumer more than the cigar itself. So have a good story, not a fake story, a good story behind it, a good cause behind it also.
Right.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we have a lot of issues happening in the world. We can come up with a lot of great ideas. And also, why not for some charities? Every little helps, every little. It could be a very small
Mhm.
contribution or
It might
collaboration
be
with.
just the community down the road, the community center in your town or whatever it is.
Doesn't have to be political at all. It can be anything. It can be, I don't know, a neighborhood child who's autistic and they need like support for autism, and I don't know, athletics and athletes or anything can bring a lot of attention
Right.
to their cause while
You
people
know,
are doing this.
Remy, it's like I say to Joey. Everybody's like, "Oh, put your cigar out. You can make a lot." I said, "Listen, I'm not in it to make money. Am I in it to make money? Of course. I just want to get my name out there. That is it. We do wrestling and cigars. That's our podcast. Wrestling and cigars.
Mhm.
This is what we do. And
Absolutely. Great.
and if you don't like it, you don't have to tune in. There's other podcasts out there. But we're doing this 4 years.
Hmm.
Just me and Joey. For 4 years we started
Wow.
this.
That's
OG
great.
was in it with us for the first year. He left, and we popped up ever since. And people don't realize that, I'm retired. So to me, this is extracurricular activities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
This podcast, like when the three of us started brainstorming about doing a podcast with our two passions. I'm a super wrestling fan. Like I've watched wrestling since I was a little boy, and to meet up with these two guys that are actual wrestlers, like, was amazing to get to know these guys. And
Absolutely.
then to find out we also share a common interest of cigars, that prompted us getting together and saying, how can we combine the two where we talk about wrestling and we can enjoy these awesome cigars at the same time? And that's when we came up with the podcast and eventually the name Turnbuckles and Stogies. So that's kind of like a quick synopsis of where
Beautiful.
we all came from.
Me and my dad thought about this before COVID. Like right when COVID hit, we were thinking of, let's just do a podcast of wrestling and cigars because that's what we like. That's what we did. And, I bought the old school, like, podcast microphone that you could plug your headphones into. I had no idea how to use it. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no clue. I was missing pieces. I'm like, you know what? It was a waste of my money, whatever. And then Instagram, a lovely tool that we all love and we've all used, is what got us, hooked up with MB Radio and their network of podcasts and stuff like that. And then, we kind of sat down with him. Here we go. And we were off to the races. And,
So MBR, to give you guys kind of like a background at MBR. MBR stands for Military Broadcast Radio. What they started that organization for was to give veterans a voice in any format that they wanted, be it a talk show, be it singing, being it sports, being wrestling, whatever. So they gave this format. They started this format out in Colorado, and it is just exponentially expanded over the years. And we were fortunate enough to meet up with Joel, who's the founder and owner of that company. And he brought us on because I'm a veteran and Dave is a EMS worker, first responder. So they allowed us this format to express ourselves. And it just, once we hooked up with them, it started taking off. In the beginning, like they said, I was with them for about a year. I had some personal stuff where I had to kind of, it was pulling me in all different kinds of directions, and I had to cut some stuff out of my life, and it killed me when I had to leave. But I had to leave to get myself right. And then, unbeknownst to me, when I asked to come back, they were like, "Yeah, you can come back. And oh, by the way, we're starting a cigar." So it was just an impeccable timing.
You know, it's funny because people have always asked me and my dad, they're like, you guys know a lot, you know, you talk to a lot of people, you have a lot of friends. Why don't you start your own? I'm like, because really, you know, I'm like financially, I'm like, it's a lot to take on. I'm like, I don't have the capital to start it.
Mm-hmm.
We met a guy I met somebody through Facebook through a cigar group. And he was like, well, here's how I do mine. And, you know, it doesn't require a minimum order. You know, it doesn't, like when he laid it out, it basically the way it was is, you know, we're not putting anything up front, so to say.
Right.
You know, like as the people pre-order, they're ordering, you know, that'll determine how many cigars get sold and brought in.
Right.
And, you know, once he kind of put that out there to us, it was like, well, I mean, you know, if that's what we want to do, like, and this is it, this is a way for us to do it. You know, it was like, this is a way for us to do it. He's dealing with he does everything as far as like bringing everything in, the shipping and all that. He does all of that.
Wonderful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You know, we basically just taste and blend the cigars and then just promote them. And, you know, once I waited until it was all finalized and we sat down and had that conversation with him, you know, and I had samples in the mail to essentially make the announcement.
Which should have been here today, but
we were doing. And
thank God,
you know,
the post office.
He just kind of had impeccable timing coming back just as we started the testing phase for our first limited edition cigar,
which is coming up tomorrow, guys.
Which
I
you know,
wish you the best success.
Absolutely, the best
Wish you the best
success.
success.
If we can be of any help, it would be great. And always remember, every stick smoked by, especially when we're talking about the veterans, it's like a puff of home for them. And we got that testimony from many of them, like smoking a random cigar is something, but you know, looking at the band and thinking that this was created with some thought
With
for
us
us
in mind, yeah.
in their mind, that makes them feel like home kind of, you know.
Absolutely.
Totally.
And it's funny because, you know, our MBR was promoting our podcast, you know, with a lot of shows. We were showing our, you know, like a commercial and, you know, sending it into their chat that they have for everybody. And there was actually quite a few people that are veterans that have shows on the station that actually smoke cigars.
Right. That's an amazing testimony.
And for them, they're like, oh, this is great. They're like, I'll sit down on Sunday, I'll watch it. You know, I'm like, listen, if you ever want to come on, just let me know. I said, we have no problem bringing you on. I said, it's nice to be able to bring somebody on from another show on the network to, you know, talk cigars and talk about them and promote their show.
I agree. And that's amazing also. Yes, indeed. So looking forward to smoke your blend,
Wish you
guys.
the best luck and
Absolutely.
anything what we can help with, any advice or anything, we'll be more than happy to share our experience and our failure also, that we don't want you to fail doing that.
That's why we speak about it as much as we speak our good things, and then it's not negative, but you learn, you know, It's like,
Yeah, we did a lot of mistakes, absolutely.
we did.
We did our mistake. We learned from our mistake, and if I can have you avoid those mistakes,
Of course.
I'll be more than happy.
Yeah, you forecast.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You guys are amazing.
You have to forecast your production, and that's the number one thing you need to be aware of. You're forecasting your next production, because it's if it's once it's good, it's good. Now you really have to comply by the demand, and the market will be demanding moreover. So you have to be ready for that, instead of going into creating, oh, now that's a successful blend, let's do another one. Stick to that one, multiply your production, keep a stock, and then go with the second blend. Keep your boxes
Don't
always.
overextend yourself.
Don't push yourself. Don't push it too hard. Keep like 10, you have 10 blends, you want to cater for all those 10 blends in money, boxes, all that, and advertisement. Whereas if you have 3 blends and you're working hard on those 3 blends and you're making it very successful, one step at a time. We did too many steps.
That's what we were looking at is, you know, if we're going to do it and we do like a sampler pack, instead of doing, you know, 5 different blends, it's going to be 2. It'll be a Habano and a Maduro, and then just do them, you know, in 3 different sizes.
Yeah, let me give you my humble opinion about the sample packs. They're amazing. I love them because people can try them and can buy, just like, because also, you know, the economy is not sometimes at its best, or people don't have they don't want to buy a whole box. But make sure it's a humipack. In that case, when you're going to any lounge, any store, any gas station that sells cigars, and they can put it anywhere. They don't need a humidor. They don't need a special
Like those
place.
bags that you just showed me.
It's a humipack.
Yes.
Yeah, these are good for a year and a half, 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, these are
exactly.
good. I keep them.
Yeah.
It might be a little more expensive than a regular plastic Ziploc that has your name on it, but guess what? This one, you go to any store, you tell them you don't need to put it in your humidor. It can be on your cash register. It can be anywhere, and it's accessible to people also. So that would be my opinion if you want to check it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Guys, this has been Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod, and I want to thank you guys for coming on.
Thank
and,
you.
You have our address. Feel free if you want to
And of
send
course,
us anything.
when it gets nice, we would love to be able to, meet with you guys in person and enjoy some cigars for sure.
Let's do that.
We'll be
Let's
more
do
than
that.
happy.
Let's
We'll
do
be more
that.
than happy.
Yeah.
So looking forward to trying your cigars.
We have
We
to plan it
appreciate
after
you coming on.
PCA, sometimes in June, sometimes in June.
Absolutely.
May, June. That would be great. All right,
We-
gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Have
Thank you
a
for having
good day,
us.
guys.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that.
It was so nice meeting you guys.
Have a
Thank
blessed
you.
Sunday, all of
Guys,
you.
there
and
you
all
have
the
it.
listeners.
Turnbuckles
Bye.
and Stogies.
Thank you.
And guys,
Is
we are
this a
winding
live
down.
broadcast or is this live or?
Yes, this is live right now. Actually, we're on Roku and Amazon as well too.
Okay, fantastic. All right,
So,
have a good day.
Make
Bless
sure
you
you
all.
guys follow them.
Take care, guys.
All their socials at Hiram Solomon Cigars. Go try their stuff. They're phenomenal cigars. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you for having us.
Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You too.
What do you think of that, bro?
Bro, that was another amazing interview. I mean, you guys are picking incredible guests to be on here. We're learning so much from everybody that you bring on. Like, I don't know. I'm lost for words, man. I'm a lost for words.
This was a guest that we've wanted. We've talked about having them on. It's just we booked out so far at one point that we slowed down.
Because we were booking after booking after
Right.
booking.
We were constant because he was booking, I was booking. We lost dates. We didn't know who was where. Because in the other house, I had a little thing set up and I had each month and I had every Sunday date. And then as people would book, I'd go write it down on the little piece of paper I had. This way you go, okay, this week is, Cigar Clowns. This week is Drew Estate. This week is Hiram Solomon. This week is Ish. This week is this one. And I would know. I didn't set that up here because I got to figure out where I'm hanging the piece of paper. But this was a guest that we wanted on. And then I'm like, you know what? We've talked about them. We haven't had their cigars in a while because, again, in New York, they're hard to come by because they, with the taxes and everything, it gets a little expensive. But when we decided to bring them on, I messaged them. And I'm like, we'd love to have you on. They'll send us an email. No problem. Here's your dates. They picked the date. Here's our address. And, they sent us that. And what I liked as well is they sent us
the 10th anniversary
their
book.
catalog.
Oh, I meant to ask him about the stuff in the back.
We can read from, and that's why I was you see me looking down because I was looking in the book at their blends, and in the corner of like this one, for instance, how he was talking about who it was made for and the charity and stuff like that. There's a little excerpt in the bottom corner of this cigar, and it says exactly what he was talking about, who it was crafted for.
Yes.
Charity, and they don't give the pricing, but they give the box size, the different sizes of the cigars. Like this is a good tool to have.
Yeah.
Especially
absolutely.
And you're going to go into shops, and you decide you want to carry this with you. If you see their cigars, and you could say, okay, the Entered Apprentice, I want to try the 5x60. Or they say, oh, we have the gavel size. You can go to the book and say, oh, the gavel is a 5x60 and the Grand Toro is a 660.
Yeah. And the fact that they offered to us to use them as a resource, them and our last guest was a Cayman Island cigar. Both of them You know,
Yep.
both these last two guests offering to use them as a resource is amazing. You don't see that a lot in the industry.
No. And
So we got to hold these guys close. You know what I mean? We got to pick their brains, and
it's guys like them, and you know, from the beginning when we said we were going to do cigars, you know, like Rick Rodriguez and Michael Giannini, they were the same way. Listen, we want to taste it. We'll give you our opinion. Yes, you know, guys like that and like them, we want their opinions because they're doing what we want to do, or they are where we want to be at some point.
Correct.
yeah, and they said they're going to go back and watch it. They're going to go back and watch the replay. I mean, they're good people, really good people.
And the fact that, you know, they're not that far, and we're able to meet in person eventually and smoke cigars with them, you know.
This summer we'll be done it.
Who knows? You don't know.
I was going to say, let's start getting the wheels in motion to meet up with them in person. And
what's nice is when you meet some of these people in person, you know, and I'm not saying it's going to be like that with them, but, you know, you meet like Rick or Michael or these guys in person, or these women in person, you're smoking, you know, new stuff that's coming out. You're smoking stuff that's blends because they want your opinion on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's you're trying some stuff that may not even be out yet.
Right.
You're trying stuff that's just getting ready to come out. You're getting stuff before it's released. And again, I'm not saying that's what that's going to be.
Right.
Right.
A lot of times when you meet a lot of these blenders and these brand owners, you are smoking stuff that nobody's tried yet.
Correct.
Or you are smoking stuff, or they might say, hey, listen, you know, take these packs home and these are yours to smoke at home. And you might come home with 15, 20 cigars.
Yep.
It's all their different blends, different sizes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
People like that make it worth it for us to, you know, that make it worth it for us to be able to do what we do.
Absolutely. I know we're close on time. What we got coming up in the next few weeks, to a month, in the sense of guests and stuff.
All right. So April 19th, we have a friend of ours who we've done a few wrestling shows with in New England. He'll be on April 19th, the Saturday Night Delight, Vinny Abruzzi. We're waiting on another guest he gave me a tentative date, which is the 12th. He might come on next week. I'm waiting to find out because next week is Easter.
So we might put up
So if there is no guest next week, we'll probably still do a show potentially.
Okay.
Again, I got to see what I have in the bank as far as like time wise goes. But if not, he'll be on the 12th as well. So that'll be 2 wrestlers, 2 weeks back to back.
For all you wrestling fans that don't say we don't bring our wrestlers.
Listen, it's a little easier now to get them
before the show starts
because you're getting them on a Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning. They're either just getting back, they're still at the hotel, whatever. The only time you're going to run into problems, like right now, granted, we got a guest for the 12th, which is good. But like right now is WrestleMania season.
Right.
So a lot of these guys are going to be unavailable, period.
Right.
To do a lot of shows unless you're at the shows in Vegas.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Because of the fact the collective starts, right? Just to give you guys a rundown, the collective starts.
Well, you got less than a minute.
Thursday.
Right, but you got less than a minute.
The week of WrestleMania, the collective starts on Thursday.
Thursday coming up, boys.
And it runs not this Thursday. It's the
next Thursday.
Next Thursday. It starts the following Thursday and runs the entire weekend from like 9 a.m. till like 2 o'clock the next morning. And granted, you have Triller now. So what you need to do is pick a day you ain't working, get you a bunch of cigars, sit down, and just watch.
All right, guys.
You won't hear from me for the most part for that entire week.
Hey, real quick, we got 30 seconds. Real quick, hot take for WWE WrestleMania Main Event 1 and Main Event 2. Your hot take on who wins it. Keep it quick.
Randy takes
Reigns.
the title.
One at a time.
Randy takes the belt at Mania, and I think Punk retains.
Roman.
Okay.
Reigns.
All right. I got Randy and Roman.
So do I.
I take Randy and Punk.
On that note, guys, this has been Turnbuckles and Stogies. I am the big dog. This is the Vanilla Gorilla, and that's the OG. Peace.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up, stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.